Dundee! Come on, Dundee! Hearts! Come on, Inverness! Come on, the Kelly!
Come on, the Well!
Come on, the Staggies!
St Johnston!
Come on, St Mirren! They don't do low-key here at Tynecastle, but the past few days have been fraught even by Heart standards.
Breaking news for you. Financial problems are continuing at Hearts. The Sky Sources understands that 6 Hearts players and the manager, John McGlynn, have not been paid.
Hearts let a 2-goal lead slip.
Shock defeat for John McGlynn's side.
The cup holders lose
Hearts
again.
have lost at home again.
Hearts have now only picked up 2 SPL wins this season.
I think everyone has to try and rally around and support the football club. I've got to concentrate on the football and the players that we've got and get the team winning games and climbing the table.
Their wages are expected to be paid tomorrow. Better late than never. Hearts are playing catch-up on the pitch too and need to earn points without delay. Motherwell had an extended break because of a power cut in the town just before they were due to kick off a fortnight ago. 3 points today and they go third. Well, live from Tynecastle, the home of the Scottish Cup holders, it's in high definition on Sky Sports 4 HD. The live action from the Clydesdale Bank Premier League is also on Sky Go using your mobile device. Late payslips and defensive slip-ups. Hearts have been on the slide this season. They're currently tied in second bottom spot and need a result against the Motherwell side who've given them the slip in recent meetings. Now, I'm joined today by the man who scored a double for Hearts in the first ever meeting of these sides in the SPL back in 1998. He picked the ball up on the halfway line, ran all the way to goal, and it is, of course, our own Neil McCann. He's got a better haircut now than then, I have to say, Mr McCann. Now, tell me about the wages.
Never mind a haircut, what about the right foot finish?
I don't think you only had the left one, so well done. What about the wages situation? Is that the reason that Hearts are currently second bottom of the league?
I have to say no, I don't think it is, David. I can't imagine what it's like in that position for the guys to have to face when the end of the month's coming and they're not being paid. But I do believe that the performances haven't quite been there. And the goal-scoring charts suggest that as well. You know, the top goal-scorer is Isaiah Lucas with 3 goals. So they haven't been finding the net. And when you don't find the net often enough, then you're not winning games. And that's something that John McGlynn has to address.
Why are they not finding the net? They've had blanks in 4 of their last 6 games. What's the problem?
Well, you know, a lot comes down, obviously, when the players cross the line. It's about taking responsibility, going out and expressing themselves and trying to find the openings that will create chances and then take them. But a lot of it comes from the manager and the tactics he employs, and he's playing this formation where he's playing with 2 wide guys, and we've seen it with the national team. If you don't get support to that lone striker, then the chances are slimmer of scoring goals. And that's what Andy Driver today and Novi Kovas and the other wing have to do. They have to get in there when the ball's in the opposite end of the wing and try and take some of those chances when they come along.
Well, Motherwell have been beaten just once in the SPL and are the only side not to have lost an away game all season. Luke Shanley reveals how team bonding keeps them up to speed.
We're at indoor karting just outside Glasgow for Motherwell's equivalent of the British Grand Prix.
After training and that, sometimes we're a bit bored of stuff to do, so to go away with the go-karts with all the boys for a bit of team bonding is always good. Big Sean Hutchison fancies himself. He's a man to watch. I think he won the last time, so we'll be all after him.
Now the lads are fully kitted out. It's time to take to the grid for qualifying. Almost good to go here. Let's get some pre-race thoughts. Stephen Saunders, your thoughts ahead of the race?
Yeah, well, I'm third and I think I can finish first here.
Who are the ones to look out for?
Murphy and Hutchie, they're the ones ahead of me.
Here's a rundown of today's competitors. The favourite Sean Hutchison is pushing hard for a good lap time. Stuart Carswell cornering aggressively. Jamie Murphy's testing his kart to the limit. Murphy looks to have secured pole position. Let's get confirmation. He beats Carswell to first place with favourite Hutchison in third.
You're third on the grid, are you confident? Yeah, well, the calls that you take, which is easy, and then Murph's the challenge, so see how it goes.
Is there any money on this in the dressing room?
Just bragging rights only. I'm sure there'll be a poster going up in the changing room tomorrow if I win.
On a red flag for Murphy, engine trouble there. He'll go to the back, and it's now Carswell and Hutchison fighting it out.
Ready, steady, go!
Oh, and a great move by Hutchison. He's out in front. And the favourite lives up to the hype. He takes the checkered flag.
Ready, steady, go!
And here's confirmation. Hutchison, the champion. He's joined on the podium by Saunders and Carswell.
The victor today is driver 5, Sean Hutchinson.
You were ahead at one point. Did you throw it away?
Well, I couldn't say that, aye, but I get cheated a wee bit as well, I'm not going to lie. There's a few people bumped me and I know who they are.
To be fair, I didn't even see him at the start. After I took Carswell, that was me, I was happy. I came for fourth to second, I was pleased with that.
You were the favourite. Do you feel vindicated that you've now won?
Yeah, I think Jay Murphy's going to be a bit disappointed. I think he's blaming his go-kart, but to be fair, I think it's just because he's been cheating the whole way around.
What's it going to be like in the dressing room now that you've won?
To be fair, I think all the boys dressing room want me to lose. So I've been talking about it all day and expecting to win and everything, but now I'm going back with a gold medal. I'm delighted.
To turn around an old phrase, does a team that go-karts together win together?
Listen, I think team bonding and team spirit is vital. If you want to be successful, then you have to have a spirit within the camp. The boys have to enjoy each other's company, and that comes onto the pitch. You know, you can see the togetherness and the will to win and fight for each other and sacrifice for each other when that time comes around. So these wee sessions, they're more for the mind, David, than anything else, because Motherwell are such a small group, and when you have such a small group, they're always in each other's faces. They need to relax, they need to release themselves, and going to little things like go-karting and paintball and all that are great, just to get away, get a bit of enjoyment, come away from the football, and then come back in afresh again.
Were you any good at the go-karting?
I was absolutely brilliant at it.
I'm not having that at all. He's lying. Let's have the two managers now. There with Luke Shanley.
John, what's the approach today?
Well, at home we're looking to win the football match, as simple as that. Nothing changes from that respect. I think every game that goes out, the two teams out there trying to win the football match, and we respect our opponents today, Motherwell. Stuart McCall, Kenny Black have done a magnificent job. Obviously they finished third last year. We know it'll not be easy, but nonetheless we're out here to win the football match and start climbing the table.
So much talk about what's going on off the field. Do you feel that will be a distraction, or will the players be focused today?
No, not at all. The players have not really made it an issue at all. It's really media's made it more an issue than anyone else has. The players have been quite relaxed about it, and they've trained very well, and no one has said anything today at all. So everyone's really focused on the football match.
Stuart, what have you said to your players ahead of this game?
Just go out and express yourself. You know, it's a great day for football. Always enjoy coming to Tynecastle. Great venue for football, as I say, and go and be the best you can be.
It's been 3 weeks since your last game. Is that any concern, or are the players good to go?
Probably better to tell you at the end of the game, but no, I mean, they've had a good rest up, but we've also worked them as well, and they're desperate to get on playing. That's what footballers are paid for. We want to play football, and I'm sure Hearts are the same.
Hearts have not been paid, or some of their players have not been paid. Do you think you might feel the backlash? They have a point to prove? No,
not really. I think last season was a big point of it because it happened, quite regularly, and I don't think they knew they were ever going to get paid. I think they've managed just to be paid now. So I don't think that'll have an effect either way, if I'm honest. Hearts have got a good squad. The starting 11 today is probably the back four is as good as anything in the division. They've got they're creative on their wide areas and a strong midfield. So we're expecting a tough game.
Stuart McCall there. Where is this game going to be won and lost?
I think the wide areas will be vital today. I suggested there about Novi Kovas and Driver. I think they both have to have big games and get in there and support young Callum Patterson up front. And likewise, Motherwell, they've got a big goal scorer up front, Michael Higdon. He thrives on service, and if Murphy on one side and Humphrey on the other provide that today, I think we'll see goals from both teams.
OK, looking forward to it. We saw 6 goals when we did Motherwell a couple of weeks ago. Kick-off follows in a moment. During the warm-up, the players are all wearing T-shirts supporting the work and promoting the message of show racism and bigotry. The red card, which uses the SPL and football as a vehicle for good in the game and in society. Hearts are the proudest holders of the Scottish Cup, but the trophy tours local schools, encouraging links with the club and its community in Edinburgh. And ahead of today's game, in the league, the silverware takes pride of place in the boardroom. The pride of Edinburgh at least this side of Edinburgh. We're at the heart of Midlothian. Motherwell the visitors at Tynecastle in this Clydesdale Premier League game. If you're out and about, watch on your mobile device on Sky Go. Otherwise, sit down and watch on Sky Sports 4 HD. Neil McCann is in the studio today. Neil, a lot's been made by John McGlynn that the reason Hearts are struggling is that there are so many young players in the squad and in the first team. Is that how you see it?
Well, I don't buy into that either. And I'm looking at the two squads today. In fact, I think both average ages of both teams, Motherwell and Hearts, are 25. So there's no excuses for having too many kids in either side today. I think Hearts just have to step up. You know, they've got experience in both teams on show today. Very evenly matched, as I said. It should be a very open game. And Hearts need to get back to winning ways. It's simple as that for John McGlynn.
We've got a massive support. Today is no different at Tynecastle. In the absence of Rangers this season, both of these clubs are aiming to be Scottish football's second force, or even higher. Your commentators are Andy Walker and Rory Hamilton.
Well, thank you very much, David. It is a glorious autumnal day in the capital as Hearts and Motherwell get back to league business following the international break. This is the 250th league meeting between the two, the majority of which have been dominated by the Edinburgh side. But not in recent years. Motherwell took 9 points out of the 4 fixtures last season, the last of which, a 1-0 victory here, secured 3rd position and a place in the Champions League qualifiers for Stuart McCall's men. It has been another week of turmoil off the pitch for Hearts, but as witnessed last season, these players have the ability to put the troubles to one side. This is a stadium and a fixture between two clubs that exude passion, both desperately seeking to become a major force in Scottish football. Both clubs will go through the display of showing racism, the red card. After the events last week, it is a particularly prominent display and supported by everyone in Scottish football. Well, Hearts lost their last match against Celtic, but John McGlynn sticks with the same side that almost got a point in Glasgow. Jamie McDonald was stretchered off after just 14 minutes of that game with a head knock, but the goalkeeper is fit to start today. Marius Zaliukas captains the side from defence, but the Lithuanian will also prove to be a goal threat going forward with 3 goals in his last 3 games. The midfield trio will allow Ryan Stevenson to get forward to support 18-year-old Callum Patterson up front. Stuart McCall has strayed from his usual 4-4-2 formation in order to compete with the Hearts in the middle of the park. Fraser Kerr comes in at right back, allowing Tom Haitley to operate in midfield. Keith Lasley has started all 13 games for Motherwell this season and leads the team with Chris Humphrey and Jamie Murphy looking to get as many balls into Michael Higdon, who is in devastating form with 7 goals in his last 8 matches. There's one man who will make the Motherwell fans nervous on the bench. John Sutton is the record goal scorer in this fixture for them with 5 goals in 9 games. Now he'll be looking to make his mark against his former employers. They now have Henrik Oyama, who burst onto the scene just about 18 months ago with a flurry of goals last year, but is yet to net this season. Stuart McCall and John McGlynn meet for the first time. Michael Higdon makes his 200th appearance in Scottish football for Motherwell after spells with Falkirk and St Mirren. And up front for Hearts, looking to do the business, is their versatile 18-year-old Callum Patterson. Started the season at right back before moving to right midfield. Now finds himself up front.